All right, let's check it out. So YouTube. Little laggy there. My channel. Looks like we're streaming. And we got audio. Sweet. All right. And then X. How are we doing on X? Looking like we're live, so that's good. Heard audio from up there. Cool. And come on, see what that guy's doing. And then Twitch. How about that? Right to my channel. How convenient. And not too delayed. Nice. Cool. All right. Where's my brand stats sheet? I did not keep up with the sheet over the weekend, so I'm gonna do that. Gonna update. I'm running late this morning. Didn't get to school this morning, so I gotta catch up on that. But I will do that. Cool. Sure, we're all good. All right. So, school activities. Let's see. I was pretty good over the weekend. What do we do? Wow. So I got to hit the 12th. Oh yeah, I got to hit Friday. So Friday the 12th. What did I do on Friday? Profile. It's pretty good. 42. 42. Yep. And then Saturday, I actually did a decent amount. I kind of sat there for a little bit and did some stuff. So Saturday, 51. September 13th, 51. Cool. Then Sunday, so yesterday, I actually remembered to do it in the morning. I don't know why. Sunday's always like my, I'll get to it later, and then I never do. So I actually did it. I actually remembered. Cool. And then I haven't done today yet, so we'll get back to today later. So nice. Getting that average up, 1,900 activities, which just seems really low. I mean, I don't know. Again, it's back to like quality versus quantity, trying to balance those out. But yeah. Let's see. Is that laggy? My video seems like it's laggy. Is that lining up okay? I think it is. Yeah, okay. Weird. Like my I think it's just StreamYard that's just laggy. It's being weird. I restarted my computer, so now everything's not where I left it. All right, hang on a second. I'm gonna fix this real quick. Properties. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's better, I think. I don't know. Maybe I just never noticed. It's just like slightly laggy, but whatever. Yeah, I think it's okay. Weird. All right. Anyway, okay. So made it through one sheet. So school members are climbing. There's been some activity for sure. Settings, metrics. So on the 12th, wait, yeah, I want the 12th or the 11th? 12th. 12, wow, really? 12, there was 297. 297. Up 13 members on Friday. Wow. 13th, 301. Yeah, the weekend I would imagine is not super busy. 30, okay. 301. And then yesterday, 312. Wait, what? 312? Wow. Okay. What up? 11 more members. 312. Nice. Okay, I'll take it. Over 300. That's crazy. That's actually really crazy. All right, and I don't think I was really excited that this video was gonna like do a bunch of stuff, but didn't seem like it really popped off, as the kids would say. Unfortunately. YouTube. Nice. Yeah, a little worried about seeing the NPM was hacked, so hopefully nothing too scary there. Oof, yeah. Not as good. I thought that video was gonna do better, but oh well. 79 views. Yikes. 960. I was hoping, man. I thought I would thought that would have been the one. Would have pushed us over, but no luck. Let's see. I want advanced size and growth, subscribers. So on the 11th at 946. Cool, I got that one. On the 12th, 951. All right. Got a few. Got 5. Although we'll see what happens this week. This releasing it like on a Friday afternoon probably wasn't the best. I think during the week, basically pretty much like tomorrow will be when things get tomorrow through Wednesday usually seems to be when there's like more of a spike. So the 13th at 956, 14th 960, 956. Not that. All right. And the 14th. Today is the 15th. Nice. So 14th is 960. And there we go. Cool. I don't know. I keep getting. I don't know. I'm looking forward to the 1,000 subscribers, but same time, it's like, it doesn't really matter. It's a nice unlock, a nice milestone. Haven't done it on like a legit channel, so looking forward to that. All right. Cool. I think that's it for that then. I don't have too much else right now. I mean, I have a lot, but also not that much. I need to do more YouTube stuff this week, so that needs to happen. And slowly try to get the other channels going. I wasn't great about posting like I thought. Yeah. I did a little bit on Friday. I was like, oh yeah, like I actually remembered to do some posts. Man, actually, some of these actually get some impressions. 15. Look at that. That one got 4.8 million. Just kidding. Nano Banana 14. So I gotta like get the algorithm to like me a little bit better again. It would help a lot. And then, yeah, I don't know. Get a lot of content going, I think, is going to be the goal here. But gonna do a post for this guy. Man, 317. That's crazy. That's awesome. It's a lot. It's a lot of numbers. It's big numbers. And then, yeah, I think it's going to be more content stuff this week. Trying to balance that with app development and yeah, and automation stuff. So much to do. So much to do. Sun is like shining directly in on me. All right. So I think that's pretty much it for that. Did brand stats stuff. Don't have any huge updates. I guess Monday accountability was going to say that I'm going to do a new accountability, I guess, probably post after today. And then next, so then for the week will be my accountability. At least we'll be getting another YouTube video up, maybe two. And then, yeah, like I said, maybe finally get into well, I guess maybe not shorts. I may get into trying to fill up this X feed a little bit because I've got sources. I've got text from the stream. So, yeah, just having some simple automations that'll do that, I think would be huge. So that probably what it would be next. I think I talked about it before, but yeah, trying to go more with stuff that's text-based because that's easier than trying to make a system that tries to pull out clips automatically. I mean, any of the clips like that will also be super useful. But yeah, the other thing I was thinking about actually on Friday was I don't know. Keep thinking some sort of live stream. I don't know, taking that to the next level as far as being able to live while you're streaming, basically have an AI producer that's kind of grabbing stuff and then giving you content to post while you're live streaming. I think it'd be really useful, especially just with the I don't know, I feel like there's a recent tick up in live streaming in general. I was kind of talking about that on Friday, I think, that with Alex Hermosi, he had a really long live stream and he's trying to go more that route. Nice. Dude, I have to go through 3 different posts before I get to the actual thing on YouTube. Come on. So many sponsoreds. But where was that? Oh yeah, so it's an actual live stream. Yeah. Casually getting, okay, not that much. 98,000 views on that live stream. But yeah, he streamed for 3 hours and just talked about how he's going to do more live stream stuff. And I think, I don't know. Yeah, it just kind of was cool. It's that's kind of the route that I'm going. I think live streaming's got a lot of potential here. Jeez, that's crazy. 800 million views, anywhere from $95,000 to $285,000. Average video length 26 minutes. 1 uploads per week. Channel rank number 13,000. That's crazy. That's actually really, really crazy. So anyway, these guys are trying to do that. They're trying to live stream more and blast out a bunch of content. So kind of looking at that for inspiration. Little guidance maybe. So we'll see. Lots to do. All right. So that's pretty much it for this. I think the next thing is try to get back to the course stuff. That's probably the higher priority or automation than anything. More YouTube videos would be good too. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be the main focus. What do we do? So I think, does it let me autocomplete back into it? I don't know which one it is. All right, just have to do. Oh, I was gonna check the rest of my channel as well. I know I got a few comments, which is nice. So, well, depending. Yeah, he's still working. Nice. Nice. All right, we got a few comments. Let's get back to that. Cool. Good deal. Yeah. All right. So progress was made on Friday. Course presentation template, and then innate and triggers template is looking good. And then we had some data. So course content, I think, is what we wanted. Yeah. And at this point, I have to kind of remember where we're at. Which one was it? I think it's this one. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we were kind of running into a chicken and egg thing. I finally figured out how to do the pages because I'm an idiot. So that was good. And then what did I end up doing here? I just ended up pulling out the templates. Oh yeah, I could probably get rid of that because I just ended up doing some if logic here. Yeah, just kind of nasty, but it'll work. We got it to work though. So basically, this is going to be like, if we're keeping it super simple, then we're just following this pattern. There's basically title, content, and that's it. We could probably make it more dynamic, but it's going to take a lot of work to decide like when to make it, when to switch it, then determine, which slide is it. If it's this slide, these are the I don't even know how templated or how dynamic you can make that, because I need to know the structure of each template, and then this logic needs to go through that. I guess this would just loop through you need like another loop, and then so this we're thinking too much like a programmer, I guess. Like the loop needs to you need multiple iterations where you'd be like, for each slide, then you'd be going through each value in the template structure and then replacing each placeholder with the value. So I mean, I can kind of see how that would work. We can make something that looks pretty clean, especially with like n-ends built-in item by item iterator. So like you can kind of have loops and loops where this would, if we didn't aggregate and just let this go, this would loop per page and then it would be good. So I guess that's how we would do that. But anyway, I think this will work for now. So now let's see. So flow wise, how would this work? I'm kind of going backwards. Oh, I guess we need to finish this up. So once this is done, then I think we go and grab the slides again and then do an export to image. I think that's what's going on here. There, an API for exporting Google Slides to 1920 by 1080 images. Yeah, isn't there? There's a, yeah, it's gonna have to upscale, right? Google Drive API offers more flexibility if your presentation is set to a 19 by 20 canvas via page setup. You can use the Drive API to export slides as PNGs. Okay, you can script those exports with Google Apps Script. I don't want to do that, but adjust the page setup in Google Slides to custom 1920 by 1080 before exporting. Okay, then use the Drive API to export each slide. Cool. That seems good. Slide API does not currently allow arbitrary thumbnail sizes above preset limits. Sure. Manual export, file download PNG, respect page setup, but must be done per slide unless automated. Okay. And then adds on. So we need to download like 40, maybe more, right? Because it's actually 80. If we're following the outline that I was provided. Then where's that document? Course structure. Here we go. Isaac, how's it going, man? How is your Monday going? How's the YouTube channel? Right. Using dynamic series of prompts, blah blah blah. Course structure and content rules. Course outline must contain exactly 40 lectures. Intended learners. Course outline. Lecture content. So video presenter script. Slide text. Yeah. And key points and text for a few slides. That, yeah, that could be a bit of an issue there. I guess we're gonna have lots of slides probably. So maybe more than just this, it would be like a couple. we may have a couple slides down here. So there might be a lot of slides to print, which should be fine. Like Google, let's see, what's the Google? Improving every day, you know. Absolutely, man, absolutely. Yeah, same here. Trying to grow the YouTube channel too. So I definitely understand that. That's awesome, man. So what's the plan for the week? Right now we are working on a course generation system. So hopefully trying to create a kind of more complex workflow that will create some slides, and then it's going to use AI to like generate the course content, and then come up with, and then use like a speech to text, or text to speech rather, AI, and basically put together like an entire course, like something that could go on like Udemy or something like that. Udemy, Teachable, Thinkific. But basically you could just like put in whatever your topic you want, and then pick, you know, are you a beginner, are you an expert, and then what category you're looking for, and then it'll just kind of like spit out this whole course. It'll generate the whole course for you. So I'd see, it feels pretty approachable. It's probably gonna take a while, but yeah, it's I think it could be cool. It could be a cool system. I think it's useful, especially in this day and age. We can just kind of learn whatever you want. Yeah. So trying to get that to work. I got a pretty small little proof of concept working here, at least for slides. So basically, this workflow uses this spreadsheet to turn this presentation template into this presentation template. So it fills it in with stuff like what's the trigger and that kind of thing. So we got something going on. We're making progress. So now I need to see if I can print these out. So I want to print out these slides into images, and then the first part's done. Then we just need to AI generate all the content. So not too bad. Let's see. The only thing is that what's the quota for the slides export API? How many slides can I export as images per hour? Or whatever. I guess I think Google APIs usually have a quota of like per day. 300 requests per minute. Okay, cool. All right. That's not bad at all. 60 requests per minute for each authenticated user. Okay. That's not bad. 3,600 slides per hour per user. Cool. That's not bad. Let's see. Speaking of, I'm gonna double check my Google Cloud, my APIs. I don't think I have it set up for slides. Or no, I did. I think I updated it. Console. That's how I'm even accessing in this workflow. Yeah, nice. Cool. Dude, what? Nice. Nice. Okay, cool. I think I'm good on that. Checking something else here. All right, cool. Yeah, no, I think I'm good. Conductor saw the triggers and thought we're doing some Apex. Nah, no Apex this time. We could though get back into some Apex. It's been a while. Been a while since I've written some Apex triggers. Yep. Show some proper Apex trigger management. It's always a fun one. What are you up to today, Mr. Conductor? How's Monday going? All right. So then for each slide, I think we're good. I think we just do that. So now I just need to make sure that format. How did it say? It said I needed to make sure that this presents correctly. So I don't know where to change that. Google Slides API supports export slide thumbnails, but the image widths are limited to fixed sizes and cannot be set to arbitrary sizes like 1920 by 1080. Google Drive API offers more flexibility if your Google Slides presentation is set to a canvas of 1920 by 1080 in the page setup. Where's page setup? Is that the page setup? I don't know where that is. New slides, templates, duplicate slides, apply layout, change background, change theme, transition, move slide to end. You're proud to join the live. Thank you for being here, Tech Probiotic. I'm proud to have you here. Thanks for joining. Let's see. So extensions, tools, dictionary. I don't know. Perplexity might be lying to me. If I do that, no, this one. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. All right. How do I change the canvas size of Google Slides? Taking longer than I thought it would. There we go. Okay. File, page, setup from the dropdown. Am I missing something here? I don't see that. Oh, nope, I'm an idiot. Okay. Widescreen 16 by 9. Okay. Measurement unit preferences can be set under tools preferences. Okay. Oh, there we go. Nice. 1920 by 1080. Apply. And that should apply that to everything, or do I have to do that to every single one? Yeah, okay, cool. Cool. Apply tools preferences. I almost went there. I almost clicked on that one. Enable Markdown automatically. Smart Compose, Smart Show Link. Do not change slide. Focus on scroll. Use custom autofit preferences. Use unit preference pixels. Yeah, cool. Ah, nice. Okay. All right. So then page setup. So now the question is, if I should be able to copy this, and then this one will work the same. Does it actually change the? Yeah, okay. So it's 960. So it's not using that. Okay. All right. So then I'm going to delete that and start over. Good. You have some trails to do for compliance and testing read speeds on these new queries. Right on. Nice. Sounds like fun. And then you do like real queries now, right? This is like Postgres queries, right? Not SQL. Yeah, I think Molson was talking about some compliance trailheads he had to do not too long ago too. All right. Me go into Google Drive, do some Google Drive management on the side here. We're gonna delete this guy. So it worked, which is nice. But we're gonna try again. Make sure that the presentation is set the way that we want it. So move that guy to the trash. And run this bad boy again. See if it works. It should work. And I mean, I guess, you know what? Might as well add the new one before we get there. So do I have to use my API key. Hopefully not. No, I should be able to use my authentication. So let's do this guy. We need presentation ID and object ID. So if I do this, we should be able to get the... man, I guess we got to execute it anyway. So cool. Let's do it then. Comparing MySQL versus Aurora Limitless Postgres SQL. Aurora is a new one for me. What's that? Yeah, I didn't want you to run this. I don't have the values in there. Chill out, bro. I needed presentation ID. So presentation ID. Is this guy. That's really annoying. Okay, there we go. Presentation ID. Wait, I delete too much. What happened here? What happened here? Oh, it's just in the path. Okay. Cool. And then page object ID. Oh, wait. Is he using it twice? Presentation ID, presentation ID. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Weird. Oh, nope. So it goes there, and then presentation ID as a param as well. So sure. And then page object. Do we have 2 items? We do have 2 items. So I guess we can go back to the get slides. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. That's annoying. Couldn't determine. This guy have it? Doesn't have it, does it? Man, this is where init like makes things more difficult than they need to be. Oh, it's because we did the aggregate. Okay, cool. We can use that. I forgot I did that. All right, that's actually helpful. So, well, not really. We need to do this inside. I think that's what's going to happen. Whoops. There's also like not a great way to do this. There we go. All right, that'll work. That. Now we can loop correctly, right? Oh no, wait, we're still looping over the... I have to do maybe another... I have to do another loop. Because of the aggregate. Does it make sense to do this in batches? Probably, right? I mean, we have to create all the slides first, and then print them all out. Yeah, because otherwise we'd be like, I mean, we could go one by one and create the slide, print it, create the slide, print it, but I think that doesn't make sense. So instead, I think I was on the right track. We're not going to do that. We're going to do done with 2 items. We are going to do HTTP request. I don't want to do that. Oh wait, yeah. You think Aurora was around, but Amazon released Aurora Limitless in 2024 and handles sharding pretty well. Ah, that would make sense. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Amazon has. Amazon's probably pretty good at that kind of thing. Postgres, Aurora. Oh, is it? Is it? So it's like okay, yeah. So it's like an actual Amazon dealy. What are you doing? Being this not that's not very substrate agnostic of you. Substrate agnostic of you. I'm guessing there wouldn't. Is it open source? Probably not, right? Drop in fully managed Postgres SQL compatible ACID compliant relational database engine that combines the speed, reliability, and manageability of Amazon Aurora with the simplicity and cost effectiveness of open source databases. Okay. So maybe they are actually making it somewhat open source. They're already pledged to the Amazon gods, so you are not agnostic. Good for you, man. I mean, at least you own it, you know? Gotta be real about things here. I mean, plus, like, I don't know. Code wise, like it's, agnostic's great. Database wise, that gets tough. I'm sure you can do it. I'm sure you can run multiple instances, but trying to yeah, like I said, shard out your database across clouds. Ugh, yeah, that'd be rough. May have to be pledged to the Amazon gods on that one, or at least one of them. Craziness. Sounds cool though. Sounds very cool. Is this mostly like Go and Aurora, spinning up a bunch of test data and firing through a bunch of queries? Okay. Do I want to do a separate loop here? I think so. Go and SQL. Can't go wrong with that. That sounds. I was sitting here staring at that. It's like that sounds so much better than this. Like as I'm having to like think about because I more and more I'm looking at this is like this is just like a block. This is like a paragraph of code, whatever. This is like a few lines of code. This is a few lines of code. This is like abstracted out a bunch of code that could just be done, and now it's like I had to literally visualize an entire program. But yeah, but this is much more approachable. It's much visual indeed, so it's a little more entertaining, I guess, because you can actually see what's going on here. So that if I loop through, I think that's all I need though, right? So for that API, what's that API? This guy. I just need presentation ID and object ID, which is what I've got. So I could do another loop here instead. Look at that. Look at this beautiful mess. And then this guy goes here instead. So delete that. Loop into here. Then you loop back to the loop. So for each one, this is more of like a loop down here kind of thing. Then you loop up, then you loop here. So for each item, no, that doesn't work. I think we have to aggregate back. So this loop is for every row in the sheet, and then after that we aggregate down back to 1 and then loop again. So I mean, I guess just do like a limit. Limit 1 to first item, and then split out from the thing we don't have access to. Okay. Execute step of limit. It's going to go through the whole thing again. Okay. Cool. Then we split out this guy. Or no. This guy. Page IDs. Then for each page ID. Oh, it's not perpetuated. Or persisted, rather. This is where I guess it's because it starts looping over the row data. The row data doesn't contain the slide data. There's really no reason to do an update to this. Like once this is done, just let it be done. But how do I get the data back from previously? This is where I don't totally understand why it can't have access to that. Like it should, this is in the past, so I guess because of the limit, maybe? I guess maybe that, what if we aggregate this instead? I don't know, aggregate. So we're looping over presentation. We're looping over this stuff, I think. We're looping over the slides. All item in a single, I mean, yeah, we can do that. Kind of huge. Does that let you split that out? Because I really just want this. Just want page IDs. Yeah, can you do that? No. I also really don't like how loops, as soon as you have loops in the pad, like it has to keep continually executing the loop to try it out. It's really annoying. Might have to do, could split. We could split the route, and once we've got all the presentations, once we've got all the slides, then do that. Can we split out from this guy? No, that has items, not split, so we can't do a split out from that. I don't know. It feels bad, but I mean, we could definitely print. It just it feels really bad. I'd rather batch to have the entire presentation built first and then create images out of it, which I guess we could actually. This could just be a separate workflow. That would actually probably make more sense, especially because if we want to break, then this guy's done. We don't worry about it, and then let's do another workflow for that. So yeah, let's do that. That'd make it easier. Generate slide content. Then just create another workflow. Wait, how many? I've now looped through here a couple times, I think. So I've probably got a bunch of presentations. Although I think it should just overwrite itself. Ooh, it kept the right. Yeah, I think it kept the right ratio, which is good. They kept the 1920 by 1080, so that's good. Cool, and I'm creating it in the right folder, so that's good. All right, then I think, yeah, we'll just do a new workflow. So then when this guy's done, we'll have a full presentation ready to go. Then the next one, we'll say, again, just do like a manual trigger. We're gonna go grab slide, get presentation. So sure, slides, get a presentation. Which I need to provide somehow. I mean, I guess we could also just do. I mean, I'm gonna have to trigger it off of something. So is that what I did in the other? Generate slide content. I think I just hard coded the ID. Yeah, I had to choose course content. So what's the entry point for this? This is like some sort of trigger, some sort of way that we can say that it has generated the content, and then this will just trigger off of that somewhere. So workflow into workflow into workflow. Yeah, then either way, we're kind of cheating here. So there probably either would be a webhook or what are our other? Yeah, probably just a webhook. Or schedule. Probably a webhook. Or executed by another flow. What does that look like? Does that give me data? Yeah, okay. So I guess when that one's done, it could pass in the ID and go to the next one. Dude. All right. Well, whatever. I think we're going to read from the Google Sheet for now. So sheets. Get rows and sheet. Say course content. Course content. That one's creating it. I don't know. I guess it would probably just like grab. We would just know kind of like what the. Probably do something like drive. Get file. Is there not a get file? Move file, download file, create file, copy files, upload file, share file, move file. Search files folders. Search for whatever. So in this case, it would be innate-n. What is it called? I forget what I called it. It'll be innate-n triggers. Nice. So we would find that. Why are there 14? What's that? Oh, are these like ones that haven't? Are the ones that are in the trash? Yeah, whoops. Empty trash. Delete forever. Do I need a filter? Drive what to search. There we go. Include trashed items. No. Let's do that. Hey, there we go. All right, cool. We got our file. Then now we can do slides. Nice. Get a presentation. Get slides from presentation. Now I've got an ID. We can do that. Good deal. Now I've got 2 slides. Craig, how long have we been going? About 50 minutes. So not too bad. A little, almost an hour. Yeah, sorry. I was gonna shoot you an email. I started a little bit late. I didn't start till a little after 10:30 ish. So yeah, but we're going. Um, okay. So once I've got each slide, then I think I'm just gonna do. We're gonna create some images. I should have saved that. Did I save it? I might have. No, I don't think so. Annoying. Okay. So it's gonna be that. So presentation ID. Go ahead and switch you to presentation. So instead of that, we're gonna do presentation ID, which is this guy. And then again, presentation ID. And then page object ID can, I mean, we've just got the items, so I think we just do that, and it'll just do it for each one. Authentication, slides, Google Slides OAuth API 2. Good there. Send body. What do I need to send for that? Is that it? What does this request look like? Ouch. Just wondered. Update is DGX Spark pre-orders closed this week. Then we'll send an emails out to pay with delivery end of September, beginning October. Dude, that's awesome, man. That's crazy. It's getting real. Gonna have a DGX Spark hopefully on the way soon. That'd be sweet, man. That's crazy. Nice. All right. Then what else we got? Presentation, page object. Do I need anything for the? Oh wait, I don't need bearer token, do I? Yeah, no, I'm good there. Content application. I don't even know if I need that, to be honest. Is that it? Maybe I just need to call it and that's good. Bad request. 0 items. All right. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on here, but I will be back in just a minute. All right. Let's figure out what's going on here. So, page not found. Is this not a legit API? Is Perplexity lying to me? Can you give me an example using initn to export a Google slide to a PNG? There we go. Okay. I think that's right. I think that's what I got. Set response format to file, so the output is in binary PNG. Is that it? Okay. Oh, it's a GET. Okay. Wait, that's it? That's a different. Or no, that's the same. Okay, cool. So docs.google/presentation/d presentation ID export PNG d equals that and that. So all that should line up. Same presentation, page ID. That's all good. OAuth2 response format. Do I need to set response format? File. Cool. What am I missing here? It's a get, not a post. So does that work? Ho, how about that? Oh, wow. So easy. And now we have image backgrounds. Sweet. So, all right. So after that, we would drive, upload file. Ooh, we're back to binary situation here, huh? So maybe not file. I want the response maybe to come back in JSON. Yeah, we're getting progress, man. Getting progress. That was one thing you did miss, I guess. I changed the default settings for like the template slide templates so that they are 1920 by 1080 to make sure that they come out as solid images. So change units to pixels, and then I actually had to do page setup. So file page setup, and then did custom page setup 1920 by 1080 pixels, just to make sure that like when we convert these to images, they're actually like proper ratioed and all that stuff. Hope the other members see the value that this can have for them. No other innate guru is going to have. That's right. That's me, the innate guru. Let's see. So JSON. That's the only thing. Man, I mean, I guess I had some good experience with this with Nano Banana the other day, trying to like iterate through binaries. Because I think if we just do this by default, this is gonna like bug out. Image. Let's do expression. Yeah. Item index. Yeah. And ooh. I thought this would list schema. Can I get the folder that I grabbed this from? Will it tell me? Search drive, name, just okay. It doesn't give me the folder. It might be worth it. I have the course creation folder. I mean, I can do that. What's this look like? Oh wait, yeah. Response format to text, not JSON. What if I just do auto detect? What's that do? Still gets binaries. Cool. And then this guy. So did it create 2 images? Oh, I believe it did. Is it the right images? 0 and 1. Yeah. Okay. So this did work, but init is so weird with binaries. It it includes all the binaries in each item. So what happened is that it did upload, so it worked. It kind of worked. So I have image 0, but it includes 2 images. So it's got. Well, wait. Oh wait, no, maybe it didn't. Okay, never mind. It might have actually worked. Never mind. Yeah, so it's just letting me iterate through everything. Okay. Never mind. It might have actually worked. Nice. That's a little too easy. Okay, so now I guess it would probably come back to like we need a little bit of metadata to make sure that the images are named correctly, right? So we want the images to probably actually be the presentation name and then the title. So that's the only thing I was trying to figure out is like how to combine these. So generate images from slides. Because now we're going to do generate slide content. This, oh wait, I already have that workflow open. This workflow grabs all the data from the spreadsheet, generates the new slide, the new presentation rather for the course, based on the template. So it's going to go grab that and keep going. Once it's done, then I think we're going to kick off the next. To kick off this workflow, then they can properly iterate through all the slides again. Now that the actual presentation exists, then we can, for each slide, output all the images. I wanted to keep them separate just because, you know, if something happens in the generation, you can rerun the generation and get the proper presentation. Then you can kick off from that completed presentation, converting it all into images. So that's what I was trying to keep those locked out. Just realized that this one's not complete. So this is going to get slides from the presentation, and then it needs to create more slides. I didn't think about that because this is just a 1-for-1 right now. So there's only one row. So if I do another row like this, what is a trigger? Whatever, like before update. This trigger. Oh wait. Yeah, slide content. This trigger happens before the data is inserted into the database. Okay, so then this workflow, what this needs to do is it's here. So this gets more complicated because if we get where we need to get all the rows in the sheet, and then we're going to loop through each one, and then yeah, so this logic actually is pretty flawed. This is not good. We have to do a double loop or something. We basically need to go through every. So when we run the AI to create the course structure, AI slides for each lesson, you have 40 lessons, so 40 rows. Well, the problem is we're keeping it 1-to-1, so we have multiple rows per lesson. So right? Because like if one lesson's going to have a title and then have content, then the next lesson could have title and content. And if you want multiple contents in a title or in a lesson, right, then you could have multiple, right? So you could potentially have, like if you wanted to have this triggers lesson have more than one topic, then then you're going to have an issue there where you would have for update is still part of the triggers title, which actually means that these need to relate back to that, right? So this metadata becomes a little trickier if you're going to have multiple steps within the same lesson. Because then you'd have, lesson 2 would be triggers, whatever, 102. And then triggers 102 could have another one. So then these need to be related. And so if it's a content trigger, it actually would have a parent, probably like a parent thing to say, this content row is part of this title row. And these are all categorized under the same lesson. So it actually would have like a template. So sort of column, right? You'd have like lesson ID or something like that, so that these can all be grouped together based on that. Then you'd start your next lesson, and that all that content would be together. Does that make sense? Which then, I mean, that overall it doesn't change too much. It just makes it so like going through this flow again, though, you would have to like grab all of those all the rows, and then generate template slides based on, for every template slide, make sure there's a corresponding lesson ID. Cool. Yeah. Oh, sorry. What was that, Isaac? Everyone having a recurring issue with Google Nodes, G Sheets, G Drive, YouTube every 7 days. I have to re-authenticate my account because the node loses access. Is there a wrong configuration in the Google console or a way to solve this in the node settings? I don't know. I have not run into that, to be honest. Unless you're, I don't know, like if you're like switching accounts or something, maybe that could be causing it to time out. But or if you're, I don't know if you're using it a lot, like that could also be it if you're like maxing out quotas. But I haven't had that issue, which is interesting. You're saying like you have to go and re-verify in here, like if you're like you have to go reconnect to your account. Yeah, it might be an API issue. Maybe if you're like bouncing between different apps or using like a VPN or something, if you're in different regions, that it doesn't like that you've switched. So otherwise, yeah, maybe it's a quota thing. That could be too. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, you might be able to change like the timeout on the key. Let's see. Yeah, because I don't think I have anything set up for that, and I've been using this key for a long time. Or if there's like a client setting, maybe for your YouTube client. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I haven't run into that. Got it. Thanks. Okay, cool. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, hopefully we can figure that out. But yeah, I guess let me know if you still run into issues. We can try to figure out what's going on there. So let's see. API key has no end date. Yeah, exactly. All right. Yeah, so lesson ID, I think we talked about would work, and then yeah, and this should just be like whatever lesson one, uh, lesson two, this left or whatever, not lesson one. Then it would be yeah, I think it makes sense to leave it like abstract. So then this data is going to have to come from AI guidance. I think we're gonna have to prompt in that structure to give it an example that like, hey, if there's multiple slides within the lesson, then use the same lesson ID, and then should be an end in lesson like 0. Yeah, no, that's for sure too. D like 0. Like an intro or whatever. Like a lesson that's the placeholder kind of thing. Course, last, end, lesson. Oh, so like over, yeah, lesson 0. Yeah, for like the beginning or like to end it, to say it's the last row and table. Okay. Yeah, just to let it know that like that's it. That's the last lesson. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, then this would just be like, I don't know, whatever. Querying 101. And then how queries work. Blah blah blah. And then more content here. First query, blah blah blah. This is an example of a first query. Do until lesson ID equals 0. Yeah, I think so. I mean, we shouldn't have to do that for looping. Like that's not a big deal because this will just grab every row that has content in the spreadsheet, so that's okay. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. You would basically just grab if we can basically just yeah, if you can just sort, I think we can just do a sort for like for every title, like do a count of every title, then create that many -1, and then for every content create that many -1. So we would copy the template. So then this is like, yeah, this is like not even useful at this point. Oh, actually not really. I mean, yeah, that works. So then for each, yeah, if we grab everything here, then slides. Create a presentation. That's not what I was expecting. So dude, cool. Get a page, get the thumbnail, create a presentation. I was expecting create a slide or duplicate a slide, replace text, get slides. Okay, so we're not gonna be able to do that. So then need to generate slides, or I need to duplicate slides in, I guess you can't actually see what I'm doing, can you? There we go. Okay. I need to duplicate slides in Google Slides using an NN. I'm assuming would use another HTTP node to copy an existing slide. Yeah. Copy an existing slide and add it to the presentation. Batch update request. Yeah, okay. Batch updates. New slide object. This approach directly duplicates the slide in the same presentation. Make sure to make a unique object. So then I need to create 40 plus slides. Is there an amount for the batch update or a custom payload? Because it didn't say anything about that, right? It was just like presentations, batch update. I mean, I guess I could just probably make a huge payload like that. Yeah. Just iterate through it all. Yeah, okay. Okay, then yeah, we're gonna have to do something like that. So yeah, we would create the template, then go through the template. Okay, and then that gives us a chance to actually do what I was trying to do before, where when we do that process, we can put this, we can probably fill in this data, I think. What did that look like? Object ID, source ID, maybe not. And so, because we can create all the slides, we're going to duplicate them all, but they're all going to say the same thing. Like they're all going to say title here, content here, and then when we go to update that, either we look, I guess we look for the next. I mean, I guess we're just, yeah, never mind. I guess this is looping through each. This is going to loop through each slide, and then it can replace. So it can use the same placeholder for each one because we're looking at them individually. So that would work. Okay. But it's going to take another loop, right? Because I think we're going to have a loop to create the template, and then another loop to update the template, and then another loop to print the template. Like I think that makes sense. So this guy is actually going to do that instead. So rather than replace, I think this is actually going to generate a bunch of the. Or wait, this one's fine. I think this will work. Never mind. We'll create another one to create another workflow to create the copy, and then duplicate all the slides for the amount of rows in the sheet, and then the next one will go through every row and go through every slide and update it accordingly. I think that makes sense. So in that case, this would probably look more like the other one. So let's see. Yeah, let's create a new save. Just to trigger manually. it's going to kind of do the same thing, right? Should have closed it. Generate slide content. That. Yeah, so that creates the new slide. And then get the new slide. All right. And then I guess do the aggregate that I was doing before, right? I just aggregate the page IDs. Yeah, that'll work. So and once you got all the page IDs, then now we can do sheets, get rows and sheet, content, course content. I think that just creates like another one. Ah, no. Yeah, that works. And then for that, do we want I guess we could do two paths and then filter. String contains title. Should give me 2. Oh, yeah, fair enough. I don't need to. It's already string. Wait a minute. So add node, add another trigger, manual. Okay, fine. But basically, I'm gonna do that, and then contains content. Then I'm not sure how to do -1. Basically, it would call aggregate, I guess. Aggregate all of the items into a single. And aggregate these all into content slides. then basically you create a payload out of it. So you do like a JSON edit here, do a JSON edit here, merge them back into one JSON payload, and then call your HTTP node request to say generate or duplicate this slide X amount of times and that slide X amount of times. And then we've got a presentation that's done. We've got a template, an empty template with the right amount of slides. Then you can send it off to this other one to say, okay, now go through every slide in the template and update content based on the spreadsheet. So let's see. Oh, did I not save that? Why did it should be 2? Should be tune's title. Yeah, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, right. And then it augments into 1. Nice. Yeah. Okay, cool. So then for each one of these slides, we would go through. Yeah, that'll work. Same here. It's that discarded. So if we do this one, it should discard 2. Yep, we get 3 items there. Cool. All right, then. JSON edit. Or not yet. I guess we don't want to do this yet. Because we need to shape it. So what do we want? We want requests, duplicate object. Probably not manual. I'm going to do that. Wait, so batch update, just the presentation, so that's easy enough. And then say the object ID, slide to duplicate, and then object IDs, slide to duplicate, new slide object. Unique object ID. So replace slide to duplicate with object ID of the slide to duplicate and set new slide object ID to a unique object ID of the slide. Cool. So then that should copy everything that's there, right? So that's good. So source slide ID. So we do need the slides. Whoops. Which, yeah. Wrong one. Images from slide. There we go. I'm going to do that. And put that here. So we're just going to do a quick search for it. Connect, please. Thank you. Then connect that to that. And then that gives us the ID. Uh-oh, got a bunch now. Oh wait, but this is actually going to look for not that. It's going to look for course presentation template, which should give us one presentation. There we go, and awesome. So then if we do that, that will get us that. Good deal. Yeah, so that one's good. That one's actually pretty straightforward. So now for each spreadsheet, can we get to that? We should be able to. We're in the, yeah, we're just filtering, we're not looping. So now I can do object ID. And then source slide ID is just going to be, yeah, like, I don't know. It's going to be content. It'll be lesson ID. Item index. Why is there 6 items? What are we doing here? Oh, wait. Ah, nice. Whoops. Limit that down to 1. Then this should be able to get all its stuff. Then we get 3 items. Then will this freak out because I can't get to that anymore? Oh, it doesn't. Nice. Okay. So now we have 3 items. Lesson content 0, lesson 1 content 0, lesson 1 content. Okay, cool. Yeah, now we're making some progress. Then we aggregate that. We aggregate them all together. I think we aggregate both of them together, and then we get a payload that we can send to duplicate slides. Yeah, so that guy looks like this one instead. And instead of title. Yeah, I mean, that works. Then it may, well, the iterator doesn't work there correctly. So that one, there should only basically be a title slide per lesson, right? But if there's multiple title slides, I don't think so, right? We'll stick with just one title slide. Then this will just be lesson 1 title 0, lesson 2 title 0, all that. Yeah, then we have lesson 1 title, lesson 2 title. Yeah, so it should be okay there. I guess this iterator is going to be bad because it is going to increase past the lessons. So it'll be, I mean, it gives them unique IDs, I guess, but that's not so bad. Okay, then what do we need to structure this data at the end. So we basically need to aggregate all of these together, which I don't know if you can do that, if you can straight aggregate or if you have to merge. I think you have to merge first. Yeah, we want to merge these two together, which should give us back to like, what, 6 items, I guess? 5 items? Yeah. Then, now we can aggregate. All items single list, slides. There we go. So then we need to do request node to this guy. Is that a get? It's a, wait, this should be like a update. Post. Okay. Post. Presentation ID. From that. Batch update. Predefined slides. Body. Just gonna use JSON. And then what's that look like? It looks like just requests. So just a requests array, which probably just do something like this. Do dot to JSON string. Bingo. Duplicate object. Ah, so close. So then duplicate object. Wait, so then if let's change the data structure here. So that should be object ID, object IDs. Wait, oh, that's good. I think that's right. Yeah, it's an array of duplicate object. Yeah, no, I think that's actually good. Go. Let's see. Ah, the object source slide cannot be found. What is? Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, is that not right? Hang on, hang on. So, whoops, duplicated that. Okay, object IDs. Slide ID to duplicate. Oh, I got that wrong. All right, so that's this. So duplicate object, object ID, and then object IDs, slide to duplicate. That makes me, well, we could probably, this is fine. It's explicit like that. That should work. Go, let's do it. Object valid requests. The object slide to duplicate could not be found. The object slide to duplicate. This is not right. So like this. Place slide to duplicate in. Yeah, am I not doing that? Duplicate object. Do not have that. Duplicate object. Then another object. Object ID is the object ID to copy. Oh, is there? Yeah. Object ID is the object ID. So it's that. And then object IDs, slide to duplicate. Oh, slide to duplicate one? Oh, got it. Okay. Place new slide in. Got it. Okay. So this should actually be that. Duh. Okay, that makes more sense. And this should be that. Bingo. Okay, so then should have a thing with like 5 slides. Oh wait, crap. Oh no. Yeah. I think. Hang on. So I forgot which one I'm working with. Um, I had this. Oh man. Okay, so I'm back to like. I think it worked. So the ended up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it actually did kind of work. Almost. Weird. So it did copy title 5 times. So it's almost, yeah, it almost worked. That's it. So this one needs to actually copy a different object. It needs to copy the other one. Kind of like I did in this one. This one. I need to get the items. Yeah. So then I've got the JSON. Yeah, cool. So then template ID is this ID instead. That ID is the same. Oops. So that way, when this guy runs, it's got the right slides, and then, yeah, then I think we should be okay. So change this back. So this is duplicated, didn't mean to do that. I'm just going to manually create a duplicate. Gonna rename it course template, course presentation template test. Because then just gonna hard code it to the test for right now to make sure that it works. Execute. Let's go. And this one's the same. So this should be this guy. You should get your object ID from here. And same with this guy. Object ID comes from here. All right. So should properly duplicate. Yeah, I think that worked. So it created a bonus, which I expected, right? Because we have, whoops, wrong one. We have 2 titles and 3 contents. And this is that's the original, right? Yeah, that guy's good. This is the test. Over here. So then it created 2 more titles. So we have 1, 2, 3. And then we had an original content, but it created 1, 2, 3 more. 3. And that's correct, because there's 3 contents. Wonder why that one's short. It's short one. So we have a bonus title, but the right amount of content slides, right? Because there's 4. Yeah, there should only be 3. So we have a bonus one. Yeah, nice. Okay. So then I guess I just have to do a -1 on those arrays, and then it would be good. So I don't know how to do that easily. Basically, you have to do like another filter, I guess. That's crazy. Yeah. What's crazy? Like the duplicating slides? Number of inputs append, combine, Skool, choose branch. There might be something there. I think we just do a filter. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I mean that then just gives us like our template of like all the slides. They might not be in order, I guess, is the only issue. But if we ID them correctly, then they should be okay. That's the only other thing, I guess. Because we could do the filtering on the array construction side, but I don't think it matters. I think we're gonna do it by ID, like the naming convention of the images will be how you sort it. So, but yeah, that's pretty darn close. So the coding is your thing. Yeah. Yeah, thinking about like how to do it, it's a little different. And well, and this is like translating. This is like going from two languages. It's like rather than doing it in code, it's doing it in nodes. So like having to think about it in code and then put it into the nodes to do the code. But yeah, that's pretty solid. Just need to do a limit on these two, and then I think we're good. So then once that then gives us a properly structured slide, so that when we go through this guy, that this original logic actually works. So we wouldn't do the copy here anymore. We'll get rid of that. We'll just grab the presentation and loop through every page in the presentation, and then match it up with the row content, and then just fill out the next page. So yeah, that does change the way that this loops a little bit, because this is looping based on the spreadsheet rows rather than looping based on the presentation slides. So that will have to work a little differently. But input, process, output. Yeah, I mean that's basically what's happening. Just lots of steps between input, process, output. More about thinking of, yeah, I mean basically each one of those is that. Like input is, whatever. Input is the row sheets, and then output is the filtered sheets, and then the input is, we've got all the filtered ones. We just now want to output the structured data from that item. So yeah, getting there though. Not bad. But yeah, that's coming up on 2-hour stream. Pretty solid. If then conditions. I mean, yeah, it really is kind of at the end of the day, it really is a bunch of if then conditions. Even loops and stuff are all if thens. So yeah, it's fundamental level. I mean, it's all 0 and 1, off or on. But yeah, I think that's a good spot to generate template structure. Call it for today, but good progress. I could tell, like I knew that there was some stuff missing here. Like I could feel like there's just more stuff. Takes you back. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. back to the college days. But yeah, we'll hop on tomorrow and we'll keep plugging along. But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for coming to hang out. Thanks Craig. Appreciate the input. We're getting there, getting it close. And then yeah, Conductor, thanks for hanging out. Who else is here? Isaac, thanks for hanging out, man. I was gonna say, who else was? Somebody new dropped by. So Tech Probiotic, thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Should be around 10 Central again. So I will. I'll email you right before I'm getting on, so I'll let you know. But I'll plan to be on around 10 Central, 10 a.m. Central. So that's the plan. But all right, guys, thanks. I will see you tomorrow.